Yo, what's up? What up? Yep. Is it better? Maybe that's gonna make it better. Okay. Damn, this is loud. Where is it gonna be better? There it is. Alright. Lit as a chocolate chip. I like chocolate chips. Damn, I'm still not in the frame because I don't have my setup, but it's all good. What is up, YouTube? How's it going? Internet land, cyberspace. This your boy Crypto Bruh, aka More World Peace to DJ / producer / crypto enthusiast / subject matter expert. Okay, we're doing today's stream also with some guards in my mouth, so please excuse my enunciations. They might be even more fucked up today. But today is October 17th. It's 10/17. Shout outs Gucci Mane. Shout outs Waka Flocka Flame. Shout outs Shoddy Low. R.I.P. But yeah, it's 10/17, 2023, Tuesday. And yeah, yesterday we had the Bitcoin. Let's jump into it, man. Let's just jump into it. Let me know if shit's shaky. Let me know. What's up, Zen King? What up, Tekken? What up, Mick? What up, Damien? I made it on time? Yeah, bro, we just got here. I just fucking turned it on. I just got into the internet. I'm in the metaverse. I had Zen Turbo up. Doesn't really matter. I mean, nobody really cares, right? Fuck Zen. But what we can see here is DBZen added another trillion to the burn. We're approaching 10 trillion, right? Yeah, we're approaching 10 trillion. So that's pretty insane when it comes to Zen. And what we can see right now in the markets, you know what I'm saying, where they're trying to mark your identity. But in the markets, what we see happening right now is a lot of nice action. If you've been following the channel, you know we've fucking been charting this for the longest time. And we've been looking at this downtrend that basically Zen laid down on this whole time. This thing has been on a hammock. It's been chilling. The only people that have been worried are people who still don't understand, in my opinion. Get hip. Zen is a mindset. It's more than a coin. It just happens to be a tokenized mindset that lives on 13 different blockchains and growing. It's getting closer to its own. You know what I'm saying? All that good shit. But yeah, laying down on a hammock all the way down this downtrend from the very top of the last realistic pump that we had. So we've been trending, 99%, whatever everybody wants to say. I don't actually know what the top to bottom is from here, but yeah, we're pretty low. Now the thing about it is everyone's trying to figure out like why is Zen pumping, and that's pretty funny to me. Everyone cares about price, but they don't understand the supply, and they don't understand the dynamics of how Zen is like. They don't understand Zen realistically. Because I was waiting for this. We've been talking about it here on the channel. If you've been following, make sure you like and subscribe. Help the algorithm out. We're going to be here, even though it's not as cracking, because whatever. I know what my ideas are and where they're going. But what's cool, though, is, again, I was waiting for this to happen. Everything has already been finalized. The only people that we're waiting on is the actual Zenians. And I've been saying this whole time, the only reason we've been going down is because it's miners selling. I posted a tweet. Here, let me see if I can find it. Where basically I was like, I was trying to get everyone to understand. Oh no, no Project Zen for me. I'm good. Let's see. Is it easy for me to search here? I don't think so. I'm just gonna have to go down. But I basically posted a chart like a couple days ago where I was saying, yo, if the miners stop selling, then we're gonna go up. Cause it's just that's the whole thing. Now the coin tool thing threw a whole spin into the scenario, and you should have caught on to what happened in the Twitter Spaces once people were saying, "Hey, so it's good to buy now. I'm gonna buy now." So this pump could be a little bit of a fantasy, but at the same time, when did I post this? Damn, it must have been a long ass time ago. The world be moving fast, man, or at least in Zen. Oh yeah, right here. October 11th. So 6 days ago, I posted this on Twitter where I was like, or X, excuse me. I'm a millennial, but let me be a Gen Zer real quick on that one. This is X. X is for Zen. But I posted this photo where basically I've been waiting for this shit. You know, and that's why I was saying, fingers crossed we get the hopium pump to 600%. Let Zen cook, miners. Let it cook. All right, and this is why I was saying that if and the thing is the weirdest thing about Zen right now is that this concept of position is up for grabs because it's fairly launched, and that's why there's so many different people with so many different personas or perceptions of direction. Everybody has their own direction because that's the fairness of Zen. It actually lays everything out in the open. There's no real hidden secrets, right? Like you can't even hide blockchain commonalities. There are functionalities, but these are, now that I'm learning, we're going to talk about the DBZen FUD. I actually have a video of Vitalik, and I posted it on my X. Again, follow me on X if you want to get the goods, get that good crypto content, all variations of education, pretty much. Mainly centered around Zen, but that's the beauty of Zen. It's plugged into cryptocurrencies, so I get to promote everything. I'm fucking free, which is fire. And this is a really good video that I posted on my X. If you don't want to watch, you know, if you wondering where you can get it next, go to the X, right? But we're gonna talk about the EIP-2930 functionalities within smart contracts that help people save on transactions. It's pretty cool, and that's what I mean. Zen opening up the floodgates so that everybody's on the same playing field. Even the developers are like, damn, we didn't even know we could utilize this shit. Maybe they did, right? But maybe they really didn't. That's my theory too, though, is maybe they really didn't, because if you're moving at 100 miles per hour, 300 miles per hour, why would you stop to learn about some shit that's based on the Ethereum development, right? Like nobody cares what we're doing in Zen blocks, but we're moving at 300 miles per hour, right? And there's going to be people who are just like that. Like they're not in the core, so they don't know, but they're building around whatever they hear, you know? So that's why I'm like, yeah, maybe they really didn't know about the access list, because who's using it? You know, the only we'll talk about it. But yeah, back to Zen. My fucking my ADHD kicking in, so I'm trying to let's stay with it and get to that and have a whole segment. But yeah, Zen is been waiting for a lot of different variables to happen, and I think this right here is just a community pump. Like all of everything is entwined, so it's all happening. And you can see too, when I have posts like, hey miners, you know, don't dump, they still dumped, but it picked up speed because again, this is an easy narrative to drive, and that's why Zen is bullish. It will always be bullish on that concept. Being 99% down, like that's gonna suck in so many people that are fucking greedy. And and this was so cool. Now I'm so beyond this price shit and like waiting for it to pop off. We're at the bottom, and what's cool, and once you get to the, I guess you say my level or whatever the fuck you want to say, you can start to think about like Zen as an element and where can you apply it, right? Where does my Zen go, right? And then you can dive in deeper on DBZen, and you can dive in deeper on Zen.GAME. But we're gonna talk about Zen.GAME too, because that is a fun game. Had a lot of fun this weekend with the low gas prices, so it's gonna be sad to see gas go up with Zen.GAME. We'll talk about that shit. But right now gas is low. Let's go. So you gotta take advantage of the blockchain. People on my chain. But yeah, this was bound to happen, and I'm still looking at this 200-day. So let me take these lines off. So we have the 70. I use the 72 and a 200. I like the 72 because what I've realized is if things are really all bad, they're gonna give you a little bit of area. So right now that's why I'm still like, I don't really know. I want to see us burst through this 72 and reach for that 200, right? That would be ideal. And what we can see is if we go backwards, That's pretty much what happened when the 200 started. So if you can think of it this way too, this is still a very young chart. So TA is stupid, but it's following an organic pattern. So by the time it does something like a Bitcoin, right, like it has a lot of people behind it and there's a lot of excitement. Some of this beginning TA will be the foundational support and resistance as we start to ascend. So it's good to kind of get used to the chart and, you know, get used to the levels where you see it often, so that you can say, oh shit, we're back at this certain level, right? You're catching on to the waves of as you know, as a user or a holder, whatever you want to be. Seems like my channel is going to be more of like, I like Zen because of the technology more than I like Zen because I want a 10,000x, and I want it to be that way. Remember, I'm not trying to influence, just inspire. So definitely focus on that idea with the chart, is that it can help you mature prices so you can be in tune with the way that the market is shaping up. So the same thing goes for this pooled Zen. I'm so in tune with this, and I talk about it here on the channel. Make sure you like and be in the bitch. But yeah, we're at 500 in version 3. So there's only 500 million Zen, and we're at $11 million market cap. This is actually pretty esoteric, because if we can stay here, then tomorrow is 1018, which is 118, which will make it funny if this just stayed here the whole time. That'd be crazy. How about we just go up with it? I like that. Excuse me. Hold on, let me drink some water. Yo, what up, Tad? What up, Christopher? What up, Lita? We got Bud. We got Shaka. Wiggity wiggity. What up, my dude? Hey, man, it looks like somebody jumped online. I hope your post didn't make us add some new GPUs to the gang. Thanks for the post, though. What up, Kindness? Hey, we got Kindness in the house. Damien says, yo, bro, we got to get you another mic. Hey, I'm still trying to focus on that shit, too. I just kind of like put it all together. But yeah, we're going to get a new mic. We're going to take it to the next. We should take it to the next level. That's kind of what I'm thinking. But I love what Tree City West is doing right now. Make sure you guys support Tree City West, bro. He is a fucking gem. That is actually the gem in the network. So we gotta lift him to the top. Because he's got great content and he delivers quality. The quality content over and over again. Pretty dope. But yeah, man, we're gonna have a better mic. I like the streets. Yo, bruh, check out xeNFTs light paper pumpamental section. Too many people are sleeping. Their testnet is launching soon. What up, Rimblock? I bet, man. Hey, xeNFTs is pretty sick, bro. They got xeNFTs is actually like working towards becoming something in the world. I think because of the way they're partnering and being responsive about their crypto app. So I do see more of like a mom and pop feeling with xeNFTs. Really like them. That's how I'm moving around the Zenuverse nowadays. If I'm going to go from another blockchain, we'll check it out. Bullish that we're pumping in this climate and environment. Hey, it was overdue. And that's why I'm saying we're really overdue for a reach. So going back to my little, like, you can't do TA, but maybe it can show you something. So you'll see here, the last time we got above the 72, we reached for it and burst through it, right? So let's zoom in on this little area. So, and this is before the 200 showed up. So think of it as that way too, like it's meeting to this area. And again, if you were doing TA, it's almost like when the 200 showed up, you should have got the fuck out. But who would have known? I didn't know, man. I was hyped. Also, this is Pepe. We've talked about this. This is a very critical moment in 2023 that is a stain and in a lot of people's mind of Zen. But when you really look at the macro of that moment, what a time. And if you would have known using some of these indicators that, hey, maybe I should exhaust myself and just sell all of my fucking coins, both DBZen and Zen, you would have sold the top of 23, basically. So I don't know if we'll get back up here. Again, that's why I'm saying, like, it might take us some time to get back to this area, because that was a smooth pump with a lot of different pumpamental concepts putting us there, getting us right to the 200. What the fuck? But yeah, again, if you would have bought this pocket here, you could have sold this top, right? So we're looking at that same scenario, right? Now the thing would be to say that people really believe in Zen. And I think people do, but I also think we're gonna create a culture of profit takers. So that's another reason why I'm more focused on these levels of profit, because I know a lot of people will be hyper focused on them. So it doesn't really make any sense to get the hopium of thinking they're gonna jump above these moving averages, because everyone's looking at them in a basic term of TA. So like another TA thing that's really basic right now is that if you're scared, you technically would want to sell your Zen right now. So technically this should top out, and that would solidify that we didn't get above a very critical area that we need to get above basically. Yeah, we need to get up, like we need to get out of this area. Oh yeah, here it is. So good thing I have it. We needed to get above 6 zeros and 5 1. So if Zen doesn't get to 6 zeros and 5 1, yeah, you can expect this bitch to roll over. We'll be back on the mission on going down, because there's still ways to FUD Zen, and the community is becoming smarter, but we're not becoming wealthier, right? The wealth would be right now you taking profits and then being like, I'll be back later, guys. hold my beer, be right back. You know, and then when it rolls over, you DCA into the bottom with your rewards of today. That's basically what would be more practical in this type of situation with the climate, to your point, Tad, of what Zen is. Like right now, people are kumbaya. They're hitting, they drumming together. Jack came out the cuts. You know what I'm saying? Rosvin is getting support now, and he was playing stupid. You know, drum circle continues. So do I trust the drum circle? Hell the fuck no, man. So I would love to see us keep going. That would be the supportive buys. And then if we can get above this is the reach. This is where potentially we could head. But I feel like we need more catalysts to get to this range of 518. I don't think what we just saw was enough catalyst now. Zen.GAME could be a catalyst event, right? Now let's talk about catalysts of making Zen go up. Let's put some hopium on it. The shit people don't want to talk about because it's not Zen or something. But yeah, Zen.GAME, dude. Use my link downstairs in the description if you don't know how to get here. There's literally Zen.GAME / my jackpot 25 or 55. But yeah, I'm starting to play this game. I just got 4,000 keys, you know what I'm saying? So let's talk some strategy on Zen.GAME now that it's live and it's safe now. So it did have in, let's say, version 1. So this is legitly V2. But in version 1, the developers discovered that there was a way for people to use referrals to drain the contract of the ETH. So they did a white hat hack, which is basically a developer discovering something, and they're going to be the hacker, and they're going to be a good person, a white hat. I mean, I don't know the fucking colors behind it and why they say it that way. You can't just say good hat. Let me not get into it. But yeah, we got some good hats, and that's so funny how it's like called that. Got black hats and white hats. What are you wearing? But yeah, that's what a white hat hack is. It's when a good person hacks a scenario that they discovered after auditing the code, you know, or auditing a scenario. Because sometimes it's not the code, it's the way that the code can be used, right? And that's kind of the thing that's happening with oh yeah, we're gonna look at the fucking documentation of this shit so you guys can really comprehend this shit, man. Really get it. Damn, I'm all up in the mix. Whatever. Here, we'll go down here. A little bit better. But yeah, yeah, once you can comprehend how the blockchain works, and things get a little bit different, right? So that's what the white hat hack was, in my impression, was that they figured out a strategy that someone else could have figured out before them. And that's really what goes on in the Zen world, because it's so fair. Everybody can make their own strategy, and low key in this very young environment, you can manifest your own imagination. You can do whatever you want to do. And that's kind of why I do feel like within the community of what is Zen, there are a lot of different characteristics, and to follow what is the string of OG at this point when you're thinking of it computed, like what is the variable OG Zenian. I mean, I think it is someone that does have a mint from the beginning, and I do think it is someone who bought the top and got dumped on. And I do think it is someone who's just walking in and learning. So, and I do think it is people who are influenced. So there's also that one too, like people who want to be influenced, who enjoy that interaction. That's part of their daily days, you know? So like with all of those types of things going on in Zen, it's really a lot of strategy being built in front of your fucking face that you're not even computing it until it gets to you. Like even me, like I'm not computing EIP-2930. Like what the fuck am I even thinking about this for? I don't give a fuck about this shit. Like the fuck. But then again, now it's like DB Zen team, they're like, damn, we gotta care about this shit, because they probably didn't really care about it. Or maybe they did know and they didn't care that it was gonna come up or something. I don't really know, but this is exactly what Richard Hart was talking about, and now I understand why he was so mad. This is pretty fucking funny when you think about it now that we're in the future. And like, if you were in the ETH gang and what was this 2 years ago, you could have been a part of this, similar to like Zenblock. Zenblock is teaching you this. Like, the longer you stay in Zenblocks, the more you're a part of the development of the chain, right? Like, that's why they keep saying we are Satoshi, because the longer you're in the thread, the more you become the blockchain. This shit's fucking mind blowing to me. I'm like, damn, this is why people will not get away from the chains that they weave themselves into. And that's why these webbed chains such as Bitcoin and Ethereum and XRP and Cardano, they have a lot of DNA, in a sense, you can think, like, within it, because a lot of people believe in them bitches because of exactly what I'm saying. Like, they're there for the build. And that's where you are here in Zen world right now. You're here for the build. So you're seeing every single angle of every single piece of the fair launch. So you get to perceive whatever you want to perceive. And you can maybe make a new strategy that no one is even fucking thinking about, bro. Like, I was just thinking of one for this one where I need to really get an Apex ASAP and get it in here before this fucking pot blows up. So in case you didn't know, this is already like a clone, right? This is a P3D clone. And this is why I went ahead and I got 4,000 keys. So far, let's see. I think I've spent, I don't know, a couple, like maybe $200, maybe $300, maybe $300. 0. Basically, long story short, I need this thing to get to 0. Or I need this to get to 0.2. So I don't know what 0.2 ETH is right now. But I need to get 0.2 ETH because I put in 1 ETH. Oh, fuck it. I'm going to say 3 now because I did put 1.5. Okay, yeah, 1.5 ETH is what I threw into this bad boy. And, yeah, I'm waiting to basically ROI on that. Now, how would I ROI on this in this game that's a jackpot that basically everyone's just playing it to get here, right? Well, this pool is gonna keep increasing. The difference between Zen Game and FOMO 3D that is fucking dope is that FOMO 3D was a 24-hour clock. So you could essentially, the longer the time, the more time in between people checking it, the more opportunity it was for it to go down, right? But realistically, it means that as people keep playing, it's always 24. So it's never really a moment for it to kind of end, because you're waiting for like 12 hours to be removed before you're at 12 hours. So that's what's really cool here is max buying of keys pushes the clock back just 12 hours, not 24. So right now we're at 9 hours because there hasn't been enough keys purchased to get us back to 12. Right? And like what I'm trying to get at here is this fucking timer makes this shit bullish as fuck, bro. Because that means every 12 hours there's people coming back to be like, what's going on over here? We make sure this is okay. And that's what I saw this weekend, which was made me like, yeah, I need to make sure I get a key position, because this is the strategy. You get some keys and you sit in the pool while everybody literally is coming in to get this pot, but they're gonna come in more often than not because this is gonna go down faster over time. And there are people who are gonna watch it because they're not gonna want the game to end, and all they need to do is buy the keys to go back to 12, and then bam, the game goes again. And then we're waiting for new people every day to show up to just play the game. And then maybe more and more people catch on where they're like, hey, wait a second, I'm seeing a lot of people just buy these keys, right? Then they catch on like, oh shit, everybody's sitting in the pool. And now this has gone from 64 to 100 ETH. And it's like you've missed over 40 Ethereum entering this contract because you were still trying to figure out like, why are people buying keys, right? When you could just be sitting in the pool already getting the ROI. Now this is why I'm like, yo, Zen.GAME is this is a different thing. What up, ADZ? What it do, bro? I'll hold my breath. Don't kill yourself. What up, Breakin'? What up, Mr. Football? What up? We got Bahamas in the chat. What up, Bahamas? I need to go to the Bahamas. But yeah, so like just to put it all together, so hopefully you understand what I'm saying now. Your key is a representation of your position in the pool of people entering this game. So as people buy keys, you get a little bit of the divs based on your key position. So the more keys, it's just like DB Zen. The more keys you hold in comparison to the pool itself. So right now it's at 8.6 million keys, right? So if in comparison to this, the percentage of keys that I hold is the percentage of the rewards of every interaction that I get. That's why I get on saying, damn, the Apex is actually a super duper win here, because the way the timer works, it kind of keeps people here so much that like just registering an Apex is free drip. And then again, the game might end. So there's another twist into here that I saw this weekend that I was like, wait a second, no fucking way people are gonna be doing this shit. But it happened. So let me see here. Do we have any here? No, we don't. But what kind of, this one right here. Okay, so you see here the original launch of Zen.GAME was 10,000 keys. So because of the weekend and the low fees, someone decided to remove aka withdraw their earnings. So when you withdraw your earnings, you burn your keys. So you can see here there's 1.8 million keys that have been burned. Now I would say 1.5 million of the keys that are here now came from this weekend. And I don't know why that person did that shit. Like, well, I know why they did it, but that's why I'm like, I don't know why the fuck they did that shit. That was a gamble. So the reason why it was a gamble was because now this person has removed themselves from the pool. Right? They removed themselves from the pool and burned their keys, which essentially made the key percentage smaller. Right? So now everybody's getting better rewards because it's less than what it started at. So like until we get back to like 10 million keys, it's pretty much like if you've been playing the game, you're good. you should be getting more rewards, but you're still going to need to get your keys up because you're going to want to be in a percentage of this. But like, you see what I'm saying? And that's what I mean. It rewards people that stay in, because you can try to do what that person did. And I'm going to tell you why they did it, because I still haven't said it. So you could try to do the gamble, but you're gambling on the game to end. So what the user did was they burned 1 million keys when there was like 15 minutes left in the game, because they thought the game was going to end. And when the game ends, whoever has the most keys burned, they get a percentage of the jackpot, because the jackpot is split amongst the winner of the jackpot, the next round, Apex holders and burners, and I believe it goes into also the Zen Burn Fund. So the person tried to literally nuke their account at 15 minutes so that they could try to get most of the fucking jackpot, and then that shit shot right back up to 2 hours. And that's when I started to be like, yep, I gotta get in this, because that's the game. That's really the gamble. Because it's such a smart idea. If you just build up your key position and then try to nuke your account right when this game ends, you can still grab maybe some ROI. But you're gonna need a whole bunch of keys to offset what's going on in the key burns. So I was like, man, what a strategy! What a fucking strategy! But it also exposed how fun this game is gonna be, or how fun the game will be, because again, once somebody does this type of idea, they nuke their fucking wallet, anybody who's in the game should start getting better rewards. And then if you're adding on top of your keys, your rewards should grow rapidly. Because it's literally rewarding people that stay in the key pool, right? So this is a pretty fucking cool shit, bro. And now let's talk about keys. Okay, I'm getting it. Yeah, you starting to get it, ADC? That's why it was so exciting when it got down to around 15 minutes. Even I had to burn. I burned some keys yesterday, so I'm still waiting. I got 6 hours. But yeah, I used the burn fund. I burned like 40 million Zen, which was like $20 or some shit. But the transaction cost me $4. So essentially now I have a $20 burn for $4. So I thought that was pretty cool. That's why I really don't want to talk about Zen.GAME, because there's still some functions I want to fuck with before everybody pulls up, and then you got to actually spend strategy and money to fucking have fun. But yeah, this weekend showed me how fun this is gonna be if you have every piece to the puzzle set up. Like, this is gonna be fun. FUN. Another fun thing too, shout out to Jamma Beans. He made a backup site that is actually similar to the OG one, and I'll show you. Here, we'll pull up a screenshot of what the old P3D FOMO 3D turned into, because this is gonna, like, again, this game is designed to attract non-Zenians. So as a Zenian, you're kind of like ahead of the curve, because when all the people show up, you'll be like already positioned. Again, that's why we get to think ahead on this. But like FOMO 3D, there's one dude, he was always making videos about FOMO 3D, Crypto Wealth. Shout out to him. I think he's still around.
So I wanted to talk
I don't
to you about,
I don't want to
give you kind of a thorough explanation.
No. We don't want to hear it. We just want to see the screenshot from 5 years ago. Here we go. And you can go watch this video. I recommend going and seeing some of the old school videos from 2018, 19, 17, something like that. Because then what you can see is like how what we're doing is nothing new, but there is some tweaks in regards to Zen that are going to help keep a pulse of activity. FOMO 3D wasn't really built like that. It was built as a gambling game. It was literally built as a gambling game. This, I would almost say, is more than a gambling game. It's almost like a game that wants people to gamble, and it wants to reward people who don't gamble after making one gamble. Right? It's like you buy one key, you make one gamble, and you're probably gonna make back that ETH if you keep that key long enough. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's pretty explosive. Again, and then it makes you think like, how many keys do I need to really ROI pretty fast? And when you do the math and you can catch the key at the right time, everything is sick. And that's what I was gonna get to, the right time. When's the right time to buy a key? And why Jamma Beans crushed it with this site. And why you need to go and do your research so you can see the original. Okay. Now, FUMO 3D got up to 719 Ethereum. Granted, at the time, ETH was, I don't even know, maybe like $100, maybe $60, maybe 150. So, you know, it was lucrative is basically what I'm trying to get at. So maybe we don't get this much Ethereum, but DB's NFTs brought in over 200 ETH on the first day, bro. So there are some people sitting on the sidelines with some ETH right now. And if ETH were to get cheaper, you know, that's only going to help this project even more, right? And again, the game is not to get rid of your keys. So what do I promote on my channel, right? I'm not an influencer, here to inspire you. So hopefully you are being inspired to do some research. All right, because what's going to get crazy about, I just want to get over here so this loads. So what's going to get crazy about this game is as this pot rises, keys become more expensive, right? What they've done is they built in a reset meter so that as keys become more expensive, there is still a possibility for you to get a key, you know, for a cheaper rate. So there's another concept for like the lower person. It's like, hey, watch this reset meter, buy in on it when it resets after a bunch of other people have bought it. Now, what's cool about this, and again, why I'm confident to talk about it, it's because again, it's made for you not to go crazy. So if you're like, hey, I just want to gamble, but I want to gamble at the lowest barrier of entry, it's like, cool. And then gamble with your eyes and stay here, wait for this thing to get to 100%, and then buy your one key when it goes back down. And it's like, oh, well, why would it get there? Because everybody is buying little batches of keys. I haven't seen it explode yet with a bunch of people starting to chance it. So that's really good too to know. It's good to know that everyone is still like dipping their toe in, right? I mean, as you can see, I am increasing my bag next to Newcent. Newcent knows what's going on. Me and him must be on the same wavelength because we both were watching this shit all day yesterday. Now I'm bringing more players into the game, so fuck. But it's whatever. I got my position. You got to catch up to me. Because what's 4,000 keys right now? Let's see. Yeah, 2.7 ETH. So you'll pay 2.5, or yeah, you'll pay 0.5 more ETH than what I've put in at 75%. So if you wanted to get the same amount of coins as me, you want to wait until this reset meter capitulates. And it capitulates every time we get to a certain threshold of price per key. I forget the exact number, but if you read the wiki that they made, you can find that shit. I'm not gonna fucking look for it. But long story short, this is why the Zen.GAME.app dev site, what the fuck, is it not loading or what? All right, let's clear some cache on this real quick. Your Zen game gives me after a second link a black screen. For real? I don't know, man. YouTube be messing me up. Here, let me look real quick. Let me see what YouTube is doing to me. YouTube, what you doing to me? What you doing to me? No, that should be right. It should work. You might have to reset your browser because what I've noticed is this takes up a lot of cache. So sometimes you got to clear the cache on the site. And Luig, I think I said his name right. I'm still reading it, Luig. I think I'm saying it right. I'm so sorry if I'm not, bro. Jeez, blame me, man, blame me. But Luig said that he's optimizing this website as it goes, so it should get better and better and better. But yeah, it's probably you got to clear the cache. It don't work because I see the link right now and it should be the one that works. Actually, it might just be their sites because now this one isn't loading. That's weird. Damn, maybe someone's DDoSing it because they don't want me to show it to you. Here, let me try to open it on a private browser. I hate when websites do this shit, bro. This be my number one. I want to fade the fucking computer. It's like, yo, really? Computer Dora? Like, come on, man. Because I don't have it on my... Well... Womp, womp, womp. Oh, no, that's my miner. Hell yeah, we mining Zen blocks. We mining Zen blocks. So it should find in blocks. Look at this one. I just broke 24 hours. Or 36 and running. We'll talk about Zen blocks too. Fuck. Whatever. Well, I'm mad that this didn't load. Because what I wanted to show you is there's a chart right here. Yo, Gemma, are you in the chat, bro? Your shit is ragged right now. But Gemma so it's right here. It's the backup site, so that's the link for it. It'll probably work on yours. Right? I don't know why it's not working on mine. But what I'm trying to get at is basically they have a chart that shows you the price of the keys, so you can kind of chart out where you want to buy your key. For me personally, as long as this reset meter is below 50%, I'm buying some keys. Because it seems like above 50 and you're paying more than most in that are waiting for this to be lower. And this is what's cool about this game. It's like another game inside the game, because since people are trying to snipe the reset meter, that means that people are going to pile on top of themselves once there's enough people trying to get that. Similar to how me and Newcent piled right on top of each other trying to catch the lower reset meter. And obviously he came before me and he did way more than me. That's why I had to do less than him, because I was like, I'm going to get you next time, bro. So this is the fun in the game. That's why I'm like, this game is going to get really fun. And the people who are having fun, they're going to be the ones spending the Ethereum. So if you're saying to yourself, you want a very low risk in Zen game, but you want to pay attention to it to maybe get the pot, I would say get yourself an Apex. Especially right now while gas is kind of low. It looks like gas is starting to go up again. Yeah, it looks like it's at 20 now. Maybe late at night, you could still catch some 5 Gwei. You know, make yourself a xeNFT. And that's what's crazy too about this price action right now is you're gonna be, I mean, we want Zen to rocket, but then again, we don't get the cheap shit. Like we miss out on the strategy game for Zen games. You know, we miss out on the strategy game of DB Zen if they decide to do something to change the trajectory of their FUD. I mean, I still think I got a lot of belief in Zen game. We're about to transition to that shit. I mean, not Zen game, DB Zen. I just really want to get this strategy out about Zen game because I don't know if anybody's paying attention to it yet. I think a lot of people are still hokey pokeying. And I know a lot of people are watching it. There's more people watching than I thought. I tweeted this yesterday, but yeah, there's way more people watching this game than I thought there was. And this is what's crazy. What might be the factor here, if you're trying to build a script or something for this, is you're gonna want to match this timer and this reset meter. And I don't know where this stuff is, because I'm not good at scraping websites for data. But I'm sure we've got some really smart motherfuckers in here. Then that's what they're gonna probably end up doing, trying to time these two things. Because if this gets to 99%, then it's gonna be one key buys, which could potentially just keep the timer not going up too far. And that's what happens. Once one person buys 1,000 keys, this thing shoots all the way up. So as more and more people buy 1,000 keys, then more and more ETH goes into the pool. Then this keeps rising, and then the key price keeps going up. And everybody's just trying to get 1,000 keys so that they can ROI on 1,000 keys. I already see this shit happening, bro. I mean, I've seen it happen before. That's how FOMO 3D got to 719 ETH. It's the pile up behind the idea, not when it's at 7. Like how this is 5 years ago. This person that was shilling this, right? They have their referral link probably somewhere in here. Let's see. No, they just got links. Moon Bitcoin. I got some referrals in this shit. Referrals is where it's at, man. Sometimes you need to do it. They probably had their other one. They probably removed it for some reason, or I don't know. Shout out Crypto Wealth, though. Long-term YouTuber. But yeah, so long story short, this is going to be something that gets there, and then it's going to stay there for a while. And people who come before this giant number, that's who's rewarded in the game. Like right now, if you were in this game and you kept your keys, like you're just chilling right now, probably for sure. There's some people chilling, and that's why they're buying tiny keys. And this hasn't. And again, only reason I'm talking about is because it has not yet seen a rally of users yet. That's gonna come for sure with the way Zenith is shilling this shit, man. That's probably gonna come. And then also too, the way that you can just mathematically put it all together to be like, whoa, if this snowballs, this could be ridiculous. Like all it takes is a bunch of crypto users to start using it, and other circles outside of the core Zen circle to start using it to make ROI. And then next thing you know, you're parked into this new vehicle that took on its own life outside of Zen, but it's called Zen.GAME. And it's bringing new people into Zen, and now they're learning about Zen. They're minting Zen. It's good. It's like it's literally a win-win for the ecosystem on a brand state. Very low risk, fun branded game that you need to learn each little piece of, and it might teach you about some Zen. You know, maybe it'll teach you about Zen. Maybe you'll learn about apexes. You'll learn about VMUs. You'll learn about what a global rank is, what a C rank is. You'll learn the system. Maybe that's why this is an important place to start. If you're too scared to risk anything, you could just literally put an apex in here and get rewards. I don't think there's any apexes available. I know Rosman and team are working on a marketplace. He's being very vocal on X about starting a marketplace, so it's probably coming. Woo. If it's falling under 20 MA, Aaliyah said, try again. Lols. What was Dioshland? Bro, you always finding them gym strats. Hey, thanks, bro. I'm trying to find the common strat, the one for everyone to use that applies pressure to those trying to strong arm the basic strategy. So that's what I mean. Like if you're someone who's trying to play what I've learned in crypto, being someone who's always chasing the bag, right? Because this is the first time I've had the bag in my position, right? So I'm the fucking HB now, and I'm like, whoa. You know, but before, when I used to be the linebacker running after the ball all the time, you would have to think of like, what is the most maximum strategy possible that someone could do that others would replicate once they discover it. Similar to this EIP-2930 exploit, which really isn't that, but this knowledge that helped other people get ahead of other people in the system. And again, it's leveling the playing field. Not everybody's like hip to the game, so as people get hip, it's just part of crypto, man. And yeah, that's why I'm at least building my strats. I'm like, how do I fucking get in lowest barrier of risk? That makes the sense. And I should have did Apex, but I don't have any minted, so I got itchy, and I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna buy some. And now I'm over here like, fuck, maybe I should have actually spent that $300 on an Apex, because they're like $300 right now. Like, damn. Oh well. Rim block, you think they knew of it? You think they knew of? Oh yeah, so let's look at this real quick. Transition. So the FUD on DB Zen. There's actually a great article here written by Yosef on the Zen Pub forum. So if you go to the Zen Pub forum and you go to DB Zen forum within, you'll find this breakdown by Yosef talking about the scenario that we've all just discovered, right? So right here is going to be the article below. Damn, I don't know why this is so glitchy. Something went wrong. Please load again. All right, hold on. Let's reload this website. I love the look though, Yosef. I hope you can optimize it, because I love the look. But I do be having the little glitch from time to time if you're watching this. So this access list gas and gas savings. So I would go and read this. I'm not going to really read it right now. But long story short, some people, here's an example of the transaction. If you were to look up here at the very top where all the logs and stuff are, you'll see a button that's going to pop up that's going to say access list. And access list accounts are basically rerunning. They're basically using pre-existing storage from their wallet with the interaction of the contract to save all gas. And the same scenario that was happening on CoinTools, the difference here is that it's using a different type of function amongst functions. So yeah, I ended up pulling this up because I was like, I really need to understand this. So I went to the proposal improvement, Ethereum improvement proposal website to look at some of the EIPs. And that's, these are proposals to do things. And this proposal was actually written by Vitalik himself, right? And it had requirements of 2 other EIPs that were already in place. So this was kind of like you can think of this as like an ongoing in-game, right? And the in-game was to make what is called an access list that is allowing people to code their own smart contracts. Well, I don't know how they're doing it, because it's obviously on a technical level beyond the average user. So whatever the developer is doing is they're able to access their wallet address over and over again every day and save on gas, because Ethereum as a blockchain has developed this mechanism for you to keep storage in the chain. And that's why it's pretty hilarious, because now it all makes sense. It's like, oh, okay, so when they introduced this is why Richard Hart got so mad, because he built on top of the gas function. And anybody who builds on top of the gas function, you probably should know about this fucking idea. But again, my benefit of the doubt to the developers is, if they're not thinking about how people will use the idea, it might not ever come to mind. Because it's like you're developing. So the last thing you're trying to do is insert a process that no one is thinking about. Because it's going to throw you off. Like if you're just on the other side of if you're the user, like you can think of everything that can go wrong because you're the user. But when you're the developer, you have to think about the things that go right, not the things that go wrong. That comes a little bit later if it's severe. So this S-load function is in the severe thing. And I want to get at that too, so it doesn't sound like I'm saying freestyle. But, you know, you got to prioritize action-oriented events. And worrying about the S-load isn't that action-oriented. What I would say would have been action-oriented, but this is more of a customer experience, a user experience antidote. And that's why I'm also going back. It goes right back to it, right? I'm like, it's an antidote, bro. Like, I wouldn't even be thinking about this shit. But I guess now that I know about it, yeah, maybe they should have opened up a channel for us to be able to use early access, knowing that their game is built on gas. You know? So I got a new proposal, shit. Knowing this, now that we all know, can we just like scrap DBZen 1 and start DBZen 2? Like, basically just port all of DBZen 1 into DBZen 2 or some shit. I don't know. Fork it out or something. Because this is something that, like, either that or I don't know what the team is going to do to answer this concept. So this is what's really going on. So they increased the blockchain's gas prices so that they can store more data in that increase of block space. And that's kind of why, like, anything built on top of gas is affected now, because gas is more expensive due to it trying to create storage lockers, because you're calling for the first time. And it is pretty efficient, because when you really think about it, you have all these new lockers of memory that eventually will be arrays for possible usage to help minimize the amount of data that needs to be created every single time you push to the blockchain, right? So I get their fucking innovation concept. But what it does, again, it just fucks anybody who builds on top of gas. It's almost like if you knew what Zen was, you needed to know what gas was. And you should have, and we would have known like about these EIPs that are specific to gas related conversations and topics. Like, and it's all, now it's like, damn, now you should go and research. If you really, really, really care, you'd want to research all of these gas related topics and get hip and understand them, so that you can be like, oh, okay, cool, I get it now. I understand. You know? Yeah, see, this is the one right here. Gas costs increase for state access opcodes. Right? State access opcodes. Opcodes being access list. Access list being someone can program themselves into the storage of the contract. Which would probably create, you know, a higher transaction. This is a lot of shit, you know. That's why I'm just like, yo, on a customer or on the user side, I understand. Like, they should have fucking figured this shit out before they delivered it. But from a developer standpoint, I'm like, yeah, I feel them, because like, how could they know if they're not really focused on the processes? And to think that someone would be belligerent, or not belligerent, but I mean, they are being pretty belligerent, because they're selling the fuck out these coins. They're dumping them on our heads hard, bro. So it is pretty belligerent at this point. It's a massacre. Because that's the only people dumping are the people that are in the top 5. And they can hold it down for a long time if they have an offset of gas. Because then the other thing I said, this was my doomsday on DBZen. Damn, bro. And I hope it doesn't get to that. I don't think it can. I don't think it needs to. Like, again, Rosman and team, they can spin some shit up. They're developers. So hopefully they do. Hopefully the blockchain allows them to. You know, we'll figure it out. Or whatever, you know, or as users, we just kind of comprehend that this is a thing, and we wait for them to spin something up to assist us or something. I don't know. When it comes to burning Zen. Because the Zen's pretty precious, and if someone's getting a discount on their burn, that's the thing where it's like, well, now it's kind of hard to burn Zen for DBZen, because I'm essentially wasting it once I'm outpriced via smart contract. Right? So my doomsday thing would be they drain the fucking liquidity pool, and we start from there. Because I've been noticing that too. I'm like, man, this LP is getting small and nobody wants to put up their ETH. even the whales don't want to do it. I do see there's one person that keeps buying and adding. I don't know. Maybe that's Rosman. I'm like, maybe that's Roz. So is it this wallet? Yeah, there's one wallet though that is buying and adding hard. Like they're definitely at war. This one wallet on here. So it is a little bit of an uncomfortable state, I would say, for DB Zen. Is this it? No, that ain't it either. I forget which one it is. But yeah, like and again, I mean, it's a low supply coin, so it's a little bit of a double-edged sword. It's almost like it I don't really know what to call it, because I want to believe in their team. That's kind of what I'm saying. When it comes to the FUD, I'm saying believe the team versus the crowd. And if the crowd is saying that, all the crowd can say is that the team knew, then we need more rebuttals. Like we need more evidence, you know, like we need more evidence. And the team knew. It's like, yeah, the team knew, but that's the cop out, in my opinion. Like to be like the team knew, because then why would they get this far in for it to be like, oh shit, you know? And at that too, we're at the bottom of the bear market, so they might want this to be a thing, you guys. Like they might want the access list to be a thing, so that when it goes up in fucking everything, there's a way for people to save on gas. You know, so there could, you know, and we could be fucking up their plans. They're trying to keep it back, you know, and now it's like out in the open because it's easy FUD. They're like, yo, we were gonna do no, I'm just throwing some hopium in there. I don't know. Maybe I'm giving Rosman ideas or something. What up, Mac? Hodl or burn Zen? Hodl or burning your Zen? Everyone, this is the beginning. I'm hodling. Where, when, why, and how. I like this track in 1.5 speed. Oh, actually, you know what's funny? The Ochlan is this track is slowed down. It's the slow version. Here, I'll play the fast version. Now you gotta slow your. Now you're gonna have to slow yourself down. But yeah, I was like, I'm gonna play the slower one while I talk. But I opened up with the faster one. This one right here. Okay, we'll bring some speed in to this chat. Speed it up. Speed it up. When are we? We're buying this song as an NFT and win merch. Yo, I wanted to drop merch so bad, bro. I'm so glad I kind of didn't do it though, because the turbulence of the Zen world has been fucking epic. So there was no need for someone to be trying to sell some t-shirts. But soon, they're already designed. They're already ready to be printed. I just need that pocket of opportunity to come out with them. And the NFTs would be the same idea. Everything just needs to make some more sense. We in research mode right now. I'm in fucking research mode. How can the crowd outsmart Raz? Raz is checking on-chain data every day. Oh yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying though. It's not the crowd. But see, that's what I'm trying to get at though. When you create, when you bake a cake and then somebody goes and eats it and they're like, you know what, I'm going to put some sugar on top of this cake because I want it to be a little bit sweeter. I don't know why you would do that, but yeah, I'm going to put some, or here, we'll use something more realistic. I'm going to put some sprinkles on top of this. I'm going to enhance it. I'm going to put some sprinkles on top. You know, it's not like Rosman could be like, wait, give me that piece back. I'm going to put it back in the cake. I'm going to put sprinkles all over the fucking cake and I'm going to give you back that piece so that everybody else can have sprinkles and you can have sprinkles too. Like, it's not physically possible after you make the cake. Like, after you make the code and you deploy it for this idea, everything else is kind of like building battle armor around it as, like, people discover new ways to, like, try to fuck your shit up. Sorry. Like, that's what Zen has taught me. Like, Zen is about building, or a fair crypto is about building a crypto that can stand time. And within that idea in present time, you're gonna see that armor being built, like, as it's going. Everybody's gonna go through it. Wait till Phoenix gets back in the mix. I think Joe Blau has the best shit going for him. I don't know what he is on. His Zen is insane. Shout out to Joe Blau. But his is he doesn't get as much heat because we know that his product is going to take 2 years and it's going to be on the back of Zen. People want DB Zen to be its own thing, but it needs to attract ETH and it needs to attract Zen. So it's like which angle is it going to go? Doesn't really need Zen, but it does to be created. So this could be a shakeout. That's another thing I'm thinking too. Like, this could totally be a shakeout because they could have known. Think of it this way too. They could have known about it after the cake was made, and then they could have just been like, "We'll do what Jack did, which is act like we don't know." And it's like, you can't do that part, bro. You gotta know if you know. But then again, that's he say, she say. Like, you gotta take somebody's word once you trust them. So that's to say you don't trust Raz. And if that's how you feel, I would literally probably say sell. But then that's why I'm like, are they doing this to push more people out of DB Zen? Because it doesn't really make any sense. It would make more sense for us to get educated and get hip and get access lists now when gas is low, so that when gas go high, we don't have to worry about that shit. And then everybody else got to pay more to get access lists. That's how I'm thinking of it. Now that we know that it exists because it's from the foundation of Ethereum, and it's something that's an advantage that someone else discovered that has been shitting on us with. Similar to the coin tools, it levels the playing field. But it really, you just got to make your own decision. You know, you got to think for yourself, and that's kind of how I'm perceiving it. I'm perceiving all of this as FUD. I don't think it at all is a reflection of the DB Zen team. I think they work really, really hard. Also, I don't like these wicks. These wicks are evil. But again, DB Zen can drop as low as like 80 cents. I would say 50 cents on a capitulation candle if someone just really super duper exiting. But again, who knows? I don't know, man. Because it gets scary when you really start to think about it. Right? You're like, yo, it's in hyperinflation mode, so we know for a fact it's gonna keep going up for 4 years. So there ain't no way to stop the lobby from getting fucked. The only way to stop the lobby from getting fucked is for people to pump the price and cause more players to come to the lobby. I've been saying this over and over again. No one's listening to me though. I'm a fucking ass kisser. That's gonna be with me forever. But yeah, from my research and what I've been promoting this whole time, trying to get people into DB Zen as a Zenian, not trying to get you in so you can make a bunch of money, but just to help the ecosystem, because it makes a lot of sense if you're mining Zen to be burning for a finite supply of compounded Zen. And there will be a lot of different types of compounded Zen tokens, right? We already have Phoenix, we have Zen Doge, we have DB Zen. Now Garbage Dump is coming out. So I mean, yeah, maybe they're not like the fucking beautiful coins, you know, but there are coins that do the job right now. And yeah, that's kind of why I'm backboned on this idea that DB Zen could be the platform to be one of the biggest burners in our ecosystem, which it already proves. It just needs some support to get to the next level. And it's probably not going to be dev support. Because you should never rely on the dev. That person's a geek. They're going to bring in geek funds, not retail funds. But yeah, DB Zen doesn't have enough players. We've been talking about this, and that's what is hurting it the most. It needs to elevate the players in burns. That would level out the burn, and then that will stop the sell pressure. And then when that happens, we can see price appreciation, because then for a fact, the only people selling DB Zen would be stakers. And then now it's like, who's going to lose their hands? Right now, we haven't gotten to the weak hands moment. And I've been saying this. Maybe I'm fucking crazy, but it makes the most sense. There's only 1 million DB Zen. And there's only so many players. Like, there's only so many players, right? So this means that it's a finite supply of coin and a finite community. So technically the coin is in abundance. And I hate in crypto when people be like, no, it's not. You need a lot of people for it to be scarce. But if there's only 1,000 people in a pool of 1 million tokens, it's not as scarce as you think. Because if the top is a whale game with 5% and 95% of the coins are 95% of the players have 95% of the pot, it's not good. It needs to be more divided. It can't just be 5 and 95, because the 5% are taking all of the dibs, and that's why everybody else can't catch up to them, right? And that's what Rasmus is trying to do in this scenario with the xeNFTs, but maybe it wasn't the smartest thing. I still think they should do an LP. That's a good way to get the coins out into a secure zone, lock them bitches up like Curve Finance. And just get DeFi rolling. But again, that's why I'm like, maybe we are in a time with DBZen where they're trying to shake out as many people as they can, because it could be very huge with their connections, and it's already alive. So again, I think the FUD is FUD. I think people are reaching, but they're doing what Jack did to Richard Hart. They're applying pressure so work gets done. Because if no one's putting a fire to their ass, we're not going to get shit done. Right? So we do need it. We do need this. As bad as it sounds, we do need it. I really hope, man, that the whales are here to kick it, and they're not going to dump on the community, because they're the 5% to the 95%, so they can take the price all the way to zero. And all that would do for the Zenians is give us the opportunity to rebound at the end of the fair launch. Because that's what I think. I think a fair launch is on something like this would be definitely like, we're looking at like, everybody would have to exit. And our liquidity is very small now, only 13,000. So this is why I'm like, maybe you can get to 2 ETH. Maybe, I mean, you can only sell for so many days before it's like, this is empty. And that's why I'm like, okay, that's one way to combat access list, is make it so there's no ETH and there's no reason to play, and try to capture a moment, maybe. Like I'm trying to think, I'm thinking out loud right now, guys. So, but don't listen to what I'm saying. I'm just like, how do you make this shit come back to life? Like, is it really dead? Like, does DBZen need to do another version of it? Right? Will people get excited if they can do DBZen again? Better? With access lists enabled into the UI? For those that come in DBZen version 2, and you can burn your DBZen 1 for an amplified bonus of DBZen 2 and burn Zen? Like, that's like the only way I can think of fixing this in a bear market right now, before everything is in abundance. I mean, everything's in abundance right now, but I'm talking about like when we have a lot of users, a lot of different clicks, a lot of different ideologies of how Zen is created for them, and where it started. It started in the dungeon, dude. Dude, I can't believe it. For so long I believed that Satoshi Nakamoto was a real person. It's so funny. I just wish, why they mask it with Japan? That's a question I have for those people. That pseudo-anonymous dev group. Why Japan? Are humans really that naive? Because that's a big-ass troll that's forever in reality. And his name was Satoshi Nakamoto. Everybody's like, yo, it had to be a Japanese person that made fucking Bitcoin. So crazy. That's the ultimate Pepe Frog, is the name of the guy who created Bitcoin. Every single day, people say it. They're going to say it on CNN, too, when Bitcoin's big. It was created by a pseudo-anonymous developer named Satoshi Nakamoto. Right? Everybody at home, damn, that motherfucker sounds smart as fuck. Damn, I wonder who the fuck Satoshi Nakamoto is. Bitch, it's a group of 30 people on a forum putting code together. I love it, dude. I love Zen so much. It's brought me to the promised land of cryptocurrencies. And again, that's why I'm like, I fucks with Rosvin's team because they have a huge challenge on their hand right now, which is learning how the blockchain works realistically. Like, they just learned something really big right now, and they could be using this in the future for their development, knowing this information now, right? Knowing that there's more to it than they thought. There's bigger strategies than they thought. Because Rosman always said that shit, I'm a game guy. Like, damn, you didn't think about how somebody was going to game your system with access lists if you knew about it. Like, you didn't think that one through. So now you got to slow the fuck down, right? Now it's like, fuck, I got to slow down. Oh, for him, hopefully. It's a wake-up call. Like, you should know in the ins and outs of the gas functionalities of Ethereum, even if it's an update from 2020 and you had this designed in 2019. Like, optimize for the future. That's probably what the Zenians are really preaching. You guys are preaching that you want developers that are optimizing code for the future state of its existence. Because if the code can't be future resistant, then it's not worth the Zen. And that's what we're really striding for. That's what we're trying to articulate to the developers and to the wider audience, is that we care so much about fair principles that we want developers that care about the lifespan of that said crypto, right? And you can almost, you could call Jack a dick too for that. Like, he didn't really put a lot of thought behind gas and Zen, and he freestyled and released it, and he blatantly said, I was waiting for everybody else to figure it out. I mean, that's some Satoshi Nakamoto shit. And again, the real Satoshi was like 30 people on a forum. So it's like literally Jack embodied Satoshi so much that he invented a cryptocurrency like Satoshi on Ethereum. And it lives now, like, where the community can do whatever they want to do with it. And you can try to clone Zen, but the question is can you create the same magnitude? Will you have the same results? I think that was the perfectly timed released cryptocurrency, and I don't think we'll ever get that again. I think we'll get a remixes of it, but I don't know if we'll get another space-time continuum of what a Zen is. I'm sorry. It's creating a POW now. It's even transcended into some other shit. Because you got to remember, Zen is a mindset. The physical state of Zen that we're focusing on is why we care so much about DB Zen, because that's the physical. Same with XEN.GAME. I didn't even point this out, but XEN.GAME, they burned over 10 billion Zen. What does this look like? What does this burn look like if this pot is getting ready to, look tasty for an outsider looking in? They don't even know what the fuck this button is down here. They don't give a fuck about that button. They only care about this up here. So what does the burn ratio look like of Zen on XEN.GAME when there's more activity? So again, that's just my twos on the scenario and the subject matter of is DB Zen dead? Is DB Zen over? I'm still gonna put the ball in the court of developers. I'm gonna believe in them, and I honestly think that they did not know. There's no way they knew. It's the beauty of a fair launch, bro. Somebody's gonna bring something to the surface no one was thinking about. It's like, hey, nobody was thinking about that, bro. What the fuck? I've even had those things. I don't know if it's a hacker mentality or something, but like for Zen blocks, I've been having them epiphanies. Shout outs Tree City West. Me and him be bouncing ideas because we be trying to protect everybody. Or just protect ourselves, which is everybody, because we are all Satoshi. So this format of like, how do people think about executing in responsibility on someone else's naiveness? Shit is bananas, bro. Crypto's fucking a virus. You have a pretty crazy analysis of the Zen price, since every day there's a dump of billions of tokens. Man, changing suppliers, your marijuana is rotten. Lols, I don't smoke weed, bro. We smoke wax. But nah, you know what's funny though is I keep everybody that FUDs in the chat because you don't know what Zen does, and you prove it more and more. If you understood that Zen is not an investment, it is supply, then you would understand. The price is going down because people have a shit ton of supply. Supply curve comes 2025. Then you're over here repeating yourself. But I don't care, man. You can stay broke. Stay broke. Stay broke. You know what I'm saying? Hey, make sure you guys hit the like button if you're chilling. That way, I just don't get people telling me that Zen is dead. You know, and again, you know what else is funny too? How people bring up price. Zen is so fair. None of us called the price. The only people who called price were people who were doing malicious things to get price to where it is today. So anyone who bashes the price, they're so fucking dumb that they don't even know what manipulation looks like. Like it's like, I would love to know what they follow so I can like research their quality of coin charting. Or it would probably just be like some regular shit where it's just like, oh, you're just like everybody else. That's why you apply the everybody else scenario to this. But I really hope to meet one day a unique individual that brings a perception different. That's why I fucks with you, Dioshland. You're keeping it real. Most of the time that we're going to go down, it's because people are underwater. I feel like a friend every day. Pool refines prices and liquidity. Yeah, I'm glad that you're not in, bro. I like your name, though. I like Emoir. Love. Love. Peace. Peace and love, bro. But yeah, so again, and I'm putting a lot of hopium behind the Zen price because I'm not even saying that it's going to go up. I still said that it needs to get above this 72 until we can start partying. And it needs to bust a nut. Dude, it needs to fucking go. But again, all signals actually say for you to sell right now. That's why we have a little bit of a sell-off. Because on the daily, it's telling you that today could be a day that we roll over. So on the hourly, when you approach it, you do see that the rollover has already commenced. I posted this yesterday of it twisting off of this 200 and getting up. Now, if you're really trading this shit, you would be paying attention to how this just broke past this 8 MA and how before it was holding it. So technically right now it is due for a pullback. And that's why we can see here on the RSI that it's setting up for the pullback. So that's why it's like, the question is always going to be in Zen, is it going to fucking hold the resistance? Is it going to hold the support? Is it going to hold, you know, and it's on the miners, it's on the climate. And, you know, if they want to sell it because they feel like it, then yeah, it's going to go down. And that's what keeps happening over and over again. We do see what happens when people don't sell. So this is a huge moment for you guys that are promoting for people to hold Zen. This is what can happen. It can be even larger once we get more market share. So it doesn't matter if people sell down because that means that they're increasing our market share. I tweeted this a couple of days ago talking about why we're minting Zen blocks now. Because that's physical market share. Like, you can't take my Zen blocks from me. You gotta come shut my my miner down, right? You gotta go, and my miner I think is somewhere in motherfucking I don't even know. But you gotta go turn that off to shut it down, right? And this has been running for again 33 hours. So it's physical mine, physical security, physical crypto. It's where the mindset has moved. So over here on this side of things, this liquid, this like volatile proof of stake cryptocurrencies. I see why it's so hard for us to go up, and why Bitcoin is at $28,000, and why the Bitcoin in front of my eyes went from $100 to $1,000 to $20,000 to what it is today, which is $28,000. That is based off of the culture, the community. All right. So if the Zen community can keep this up, man, we're going to keep going north. If not, do expect those lows, because there is a new thing that has come up, which is the coin tools. So the coin tools has me a little nervous because I can see people creating those reuses, and we now have more sell pressure until that is offset. So be ready for that. That could be a thing, but maybe we're at the bottom of that. But again, that's another reason why in my analysis I'm saying we're not going to the moon. We're just going to go up to the 200 and then probably pull the fuck back. And that's a blessing. That's a blessing move. Super blessing. This is a super blessing from being down so much, but the OD blessing would be getting up here. And now question yourself, is Zen ready for that? With the way that you hear people speaking and the way that the world is working. So how's your analysis about it? What do you do? What do you do to really look at coins? I made the top 50 today in Zen blocks. Let's fucking hash. Damn, top 50. That you really Obi-Wan Zenobi, dog. God damn, the force is strong with this one. Where if you were in a kill zone right now, be scared because we're about to get dumped on. Yeah, I mean, that's what's dope though, Tad, is this breakout shows that the community can do something. It's just we got to shake some more people out, and what that does again is it brings market share back to those that need to hold it. It's the classic crypto shit. It's actually proof of stake OD, because that's not what proof of work is. Proof of work is not that at all. Proof of work is cover mining cost. It is not at all community rally, right? It's literally like, yo, if this technology makes a lot of sense, people are gonna mine this coin. It is utility. It is physical energy. But proof of stake is digital energy, so it's speculation the whole time. Are people gonna hold their stake? Actually, that's a good thing. That's something that Jack Levin was talking about yesterday. I posted on my X. Here, let me show you guys. See, remember I called this shit. Maybe Zen.GAME burns all the Zen and we just pump. Yo, Zen.GAME is burning all the Zen on V2. So I don't know if they can burn on V3. That's what I've heard though, is that they can't. But what I wonder, when we get to that road, we'll get to that road. I'm not going to talk about it right now because there's still a lot of Zen to burn. Yo, there's a lot of Zen to burn. I don't want to fucking FUD it up. But yeah, they're trying to get people into Zen blocks. You got Shaka Vibes. Shout out Shaka Vibes. Look at his mining rig. He's OD with it. But yeah, once some of these people, some of these accounts, some of the Trevon Jameses of mining, like Panda Miner, what was this? Oh yeah, the Hobbyist Miner. Once some of these people go, damn, I need some content, they're gonna get online, bro. And that's why it was like, I got to get into this now, because once more of these physical miners show up, they're gonna price this out. And today we actually saw that happen. So you'll see here, we had a difficulty change. We went up to 6940 or 69400 from 67400. So a 2000 hash power or difficulty increase to the hashes. And I'm so happy I got what I got going on. I'm gonna give you a little bit of alpha. Definitely the A40 is the way to go, dude. If you're renting, I hate to be that guy to blow up the spot, but I don't want to leave my fellow miner hanging. Do recommend this one. You can see here when the difficulty changed, I didn't lose too much hash power, and I'm hyped about that shit, because on some of the other ones I had, some of the 4090s and the 3090s, when the hashes were changing in the very beginning, I was getting very violent hash speed changes. Now I don't know if it's because it's only 2000, but you'll see here this was 53, 3753, but then when the difficulty rose, it went to 3737 hash speed. And again, that's a personal log from me to you. You can go and try your own research and whatnot, but yeah, I'm fucking with the A40s, man. Those really are built for Zen world or for Zen blocks. Like if I was gonna build a rig, it'd just be A40s, straight up. because the thing is as the difficulty rises, that means yours is like future proof. Like you're gonna have a lot of hash power as more and more people come online, because they're gonna probably come online with cheap GPUs, and then the cheaper the GPU, the more you need. The more expensive the GPU, the less you need, until there's like a shit ton. We'll see if we get to that. That's like super hopium shit. Like the whole world is minting Zen blocks or something crazy. But yeah, where is that? Oh, right here. So let's listen to this real quick.
When you launch a proof of stake chain.
Let me turn this music down. So this is Jack Levin talking about why Zen blocks has to come before X1 chain. So this is, again, I was saying yesterday on my stream, if you're in Zen blocks, you're essentially building the framework for X1 chain. So if you are interested in X1 chain, it's probably in your best interest to be in Zen blocks so that you can build now versus waiting. If not, I would say you would want to be stacking Zen, preferably on Ethereum, so that you can have the most weight when it comes to burning the Zen for X1 token to get XN token to get a validator node to stake on that side of things. So yeah, there will be stakers on both sides. There'll be POS stakers or POS validators and then proof of work validators. But the proof of work validators are coming into existence before the proof of stake validators, and this is why.
Like, for example, should we launch X1 as a proof of stake chain, you cannot secure the chain with an XN token if that token has no value, because there's this thing called slashing for the stakers. Like, you have to stake something that's dear to you, and if XN has no value and you're staking it, and you can buy millions and millions of XN from the market for a couple of cents, then you cannot really secure a proof of stake network at all. So there has to be value for XN. Now, the way that contemporary proof of stake networks come to be today is that generally they hold an ICO. Generally they have investors. Generally they pump the hell out of their token. Like, for example, there was a number of, like Solana, for example, they raised ton of money, and that's what's keeping Solana afloat. They have a lot of investors. Now, this is not really an organic way, the way that the chains are really supposed to launch, because it looks like a chain as a company. And to be honest, Charles Hoskinson was fired from Ethereum Foundation specifically for the fact that Vitalik wanted it to be a pure crypto that's fully decentralized, that is non-for-profit, where Charles really wanted to have a for-profit foundation or a company, and he wanted to be a CEO. So very similar situation with Gavin Wood. Both of those guys founded Ethereum. They just wanted to make money for themselves. And that is fine, but we should not convolute blockchain decentralized distributed technologies and call it fully decentralized if it has an element of investors that is actually keeping the value of the tokens that are staked higher. Because, again, if you stake tokens that are worth nothing, then you cannot secure the blockchain. Now, going back to proof of work is undeniably a better system where you can spend your time and compute power to generate tokens that are linked to the value. In fact,
okay. Yeah, he didn't keep going in on that. So they cut it off. But because the most important part of it all is exactly what he just said, which is proof of work is a better form of security. Because if, again, the problem, and this is what's dope about Zen price, because you just said it, Tad, damn, some big ass ETH buys came in just now. So in order for Jack to secure XN, he might need people to lose faith in Zen. Because there's so many money hungry people in that fair concept that, they're going to have to he's going to have to outbuy them or outposition them and or out community them, because if the Zenians become a much bigger force than the tiny bit of attackers going against just little Jack we got here, right? Like Jack builds a gang up around himself so he can fulfill the prophecy. Yeah, this is kind of where I'm at with it now. Like, they're going to have to pump Zen in order to get in, because they're not going to want to mint Zen blocks, because minting Zen blocks is physical. So that means that the Zen blocks right now, and as long as, and this is alpha, okay, this is the real alpha here. So as long as there's no transfers, you're early as fuck. Once the transfers open up, then the blocks are, it's going to become different. It's going to become very different. We're learning how a blockchain is built. So majority of money is made in block production, or excuse me, not block production, transaction pools. So as people buy, send, and do things, that's where like people need to hash the transaction out, and you get a reward for finding that transaction, you know. So that's coming very soon, and this is why we're seeing an uptake of a lot of interest in Zen blocks, because people want to become validators, because you're going to need around 10,000 XNM to be a validator. So, and that's a speculative number. It could go higher, but again, right now the supply is going to have a 1 year distribution of 310 million XNM, and then it's going to have a halvening. So, and you can go do the research, go to Jack Levin's X page, you can learn all that shit. But now you see like the correlation between the two, and why like Zen blocks had to come before the 333 auction, because the 333 auction would just put XN into the hands of the wrong people, who would just dump it and kill the project because they hate Jack Levin for some reason. I don't know. I really don't know the beef, but people have been beefing with him for a while. Like, if you don't know about the beef of his servers getting hacked, and then a lot of people got mad at him because he gave Bitcoin to a hacker because he got hacked. I've read that story over and over again. But when you read the transcript of the story, you can see Jack Levin knows how to deal with pirates, which is real. You probably do need to be like, oh, I know how to deal with these internet pirates, because these motherfuckers would wreck my shit. Like, they'll come through and just they'll DDoS the fuck out of the blockchain, right? So and we've seen this already. The blockchain Zen blocks came under attack, and we're not even a real chain yet, and somebody already attacked it. So he's coming at it from a different angle, and I think that's why it's confusing to an ETH Zenian, because you're wondering, like, why isn't it going up? Why is there no 333 auction? But then when you really look at it, when you have characters like an ET, right? Like, it's like, oh, okay, this is something way bigger than us. And we got to let time play out, because that's what's on the community side, is the time. And while they duke it out to find position, you just need to follow the voice of Jack Levin on no cult shit. Like, you just need to, like, whatever he's kind of saying, yo, you should look into this, you should look into it and see if it intrigues you. And if, again, like I'm saying, like, I want to inspire and intrigue, bro. That's what I'm trying to do. I look for the same things when I'm doing research. Like, oh, that's intriguing. Oh, okay. Now I'm coding Python, and I'm learning about AI coding. Kind of wild. I'm in a whole different world now. Rolando. What up, Rolando? I'm waiting on my BTC to arrive from Coinbase. Damn. That's going to take forever, bro. You know that shit? That shit going to take forever, bro. I like coin. I would say, actually, my favorite Bitcoin exchange fiat ramp is Cash App. They use Lightning Network. That shit fast as hell. What up, though? But yeah, that's kind of like my analysis of today of Zen. I'm still very calm, and I still see the every day the pictures building out more and more, especially with this pump that just showed up. So I'm glad that this is happening today. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Zen game. Again, people are still playing this game. I don't see it really ending. I see it being kind of slow on your divs. So don't really pay attention to that. Know that this is going to be slow until this number starts to pick up. And when this number starts to pick up, that means that there are people buying position. So right now, not a lot of people have a position, and they're waiting again for this reset meter to reset. So right now at 81%, I can let you know there's probably people watching this shit right now. Because once this goes over, and there might be someone who pushes it over. That's something I was noticing yesterday. There might be someone who starts doing micro key buys to try to get it up and over the 100%. So it goes back to, so imagine it this way. Like, this is going to drop 2 zeros. So you're going to save a ton of ETH. 2 zeros less ETH for this much coin. But as soon as you do it, if you're not the first person, it's going to shoot back to 50%. So you got to be like the first person to snipe it, and or the second to get a piece of it. So people are going to be watching. And yeah, if you want to support the channel, if you fuck with the information you're getting here, use my referral link. Help me out, man. Same with Zen Blocks. I did the guide. Has my referral link in it. You don't have to click it, but if you want to support the channel, you want to support my Zen Block addiction, definitely use my referral links so that I can be fed Zen Blocks for the community. DB Zen, again, we don't know really where it's going to go from here. We're just going to let it play out. I believe in Roz. I think he's going to do something. And again, DB Zen does have an element of not needing Roz in team. It doesn't actually need them because it's attached to gas. So as soon as gas goes up, who cares about the access list? If everybody's participating, then the pool is going to be rocking like motherfucker. So who cares at that point, right? Oh, you're getting a discount on minted gas. Like, who cares? Like, there's 30 people in this pool who have no clue about EIP-2930, bro. Like, they have zero knowledge. They're literally what you are right now, learning about that shit, because what the fuck why do they need to know this information? That's how non-severe this is. It's like you not being a doctor and you know some random ass doctor shit. Like, why do you know that? Like, oh, I studied it once. Like, oh, you're a hobbyist. You know what I'm saying? So stay true to yourself, bro. Crypto bros are gonna take you through that shit. Stay true to you. Hopefully I get my setup back. So mad shit. I hate that the top of my head is like not in the frame no more. But I had to keep my table up in order for me to be in the frame because I'm tall as fuck. All right, y'all. But yeah, man. I'm about to peace up out of here. I'll be back tomorrow. Members stream for the members. Maybe I'll do a public one because I lost all my members because Dioshland doesn't give them away for free anymore. But I don't want you to, dude. Don't do it. Fuck these motherfuckers. If y'all want to support the channel, literally the membership is $2. But we will be doing the AMA tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern. That's for my $10 tier. That is special to me. That's where we just chat, we talk about shit, and we get a little bit more in depth on specific topics. And you can, again, just be part of the chat. And that's the $10 a month portal amongst the Crypto Bread channel. If you feel like you want to be a part of that extra education, you know what I'm saying? Less gossip. He said tomorrow deep dive TA more bruh. That's rolled. Oh, you talking about the roll? Roll it up. But yeah, man, y'all have a good rest of your Tuesday. Stay zen. Don't let anybody fuck up your game. And you're going to see my game on Zen.GAME if the timer goes down because I'm going to get that motherfucker piece.
Dun, 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 dun.